Success has to be pursued. The pursuit of continued success is overcoming hurdles. So people think success is not having problems. No. In life, you are going to encounter problems. You are going to encounter financial issues. You are going to encounter physical issues. You are going to encounter mental issues. The continued pursuit, and success has to be pursued. The continued pursuit of success and attainment of it comes from your ability to having things in position. So you have a financial problem, you have finances to deal with it. You have a court problem, you have finances to deal with it. You've got a good lawyer. You worked your way up to in relationships with good lawyers over the years. Right? You worked your way up with good lawyers. So you could call a lawyer and say, I'm having this problem. How can you help me? Or you would have done your research and you get a pool of good lawyers, land lawyers, criminal lawyers, drug lawyers, this and that. And as the problem specifically arises that affects you, you call the relevant lawyer. So success and its pursuit is constant work. So success is not a layback. No. A lot of people are asking the question, yeah, we can't dodge it. The Guyana Press Association has voted back Nazima Ragobir as its president. As much as I was saying, I am not satisfied. The person who's running for president, I was running for president. I am saying they can't exclude anybody. So with the new executive, I'm gonna put in an application again, and I am dissatisfied with the ruling of the Chief Justice. I'm going to the appeal court, and I have that right. Right? So a man called me from England this morning, projecting his fears onto me. So I said I have to talk about it because he's listening. Critic, rest the thing, left the thing, 2025, you got the opportunity. No. Now he's projecting his fears onto me. One has to tell me what forms of success you would have attained and achieved to assume that you could say, well, here, Critic, this is the way to go. Where in your life you would have pursued success? My mere existence is because of my maddening pursuit of success. Right? My mere existence is because I don't play. When I set me sights on something, you keep going. So people assume in the pursuit of success, there's no remnants of failure. That is the first thing. Right? In the pursuit of success, most people assume there is no remnants of failure. But success is not a tangible thing. Success is the work and continued work of progress. You understand? When training to go and attain a gold medal, you would have attained successes in your physical exercising regime as an athlete. Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning, Mr. Critic. Just I want to get it clear. Isn't this the Home Press Association that allows their journalists to give people to give explanation for the half of 33? to 65 story? Isn't this the...
No, well, they don't allow, just to correct you, they don't allow, but and you can't say facilitate. Politicians have said that, and Jaglu said we want to send this, put it in the paper and on the TV, and the opposition says what they want to say. You understand? Although I find issues with them, that there wouldn't be a point. That wouldn't be a point, one of the points. And that's why we gotta be very careful with what we look at and how we look at people. We gotta be correct in our assumptions.
It's fine for somebody to be anything they want to be on press. It's fine.
Well, what happens is the press, it is expected that the press, when reporting on a matter, when journalists are reporting on a matter, they do so objectively, right? But again, you have people that come with inherent biases, right? And then you have people that are inherently biased. And there's a difference in that, although it sounds like the same thing, right? It has to do with one's perception. So if there was a journalist that for some cause would have been oppressed in a time, or would have experienced failure in their life under a specific regime, and they would have been burnt, when they are reporting their story, they would express a certain bias, right?
Report a fairy tale. What's a fairy tale? A story, a fairy tale story. Right.
No, not a fairy tale, not a fairy tale. This is far from the truth, not a fairy tale. But I'm saying, if when PPP was in power and you were working, you weren't treated favorably, let me say personally, right? You never make it, you never do nothing. When PNC is in power and you were able to buy a car and so on, you feel, you understand, you feel that, you know, you've been better off under this administration. It's not that you feel, it is a matter of fact. Now imagine me, Mikel Rodriguez turned Guyanese Critic. So under the PPP, the last PPP administration, the 23 years, under that administration, I was a very successful businessman, or I thought of myself as a very successful businessman. And then I started to dabble a little bit in politics. I was in my 30s, and I wanted to contribute more. I wanted to play a more active role in my country. I try a thing, and it did not work out. I was not accepted in the folds of the PPP for my outspoken ways. You following me?
Yes,
Roger, so I wasn't accepted in the PPP. I didn't take lightly to that. I became affiliated, not joined, I became affiliated with the PNC in 2011, and I started a campaign for them. In 2015, the PNC won as a result of all the overwhelming support they get from all cross sections of society. I was still a businessman. My business failed miserably in 2016 and 17, and I attributed that failure to the poor management, economic strategies and policy rollout of the PNC. That angered me. I took a position. I became the Guyanese Critic, and I took a stance, right? Today, and remember, I'm growing older. I would have gone through a lot of things in life. I would have gone through a divorce. I would have failed at many things and businesses. But today, I am older, more learned, and under a PPP administration, I am resoundingly successful because of what I see as the environment created. So I report stories. I am a journalist and have to cover stories, And then someone tells me in this story that, oh God, these people are no good. And while I'm listening to that person, I'm thinking in my mind, I wonder if it is them or if it is you. You understand? So, in the back of my head, I am covering your story. That is why I continue to do live videos. Because if I was to write the story, I would say, Auntie Shirley's son is a thief. And Auntie Shirley wants to be a success. But Auntie Shirley can't see success if it's been in front of your nose. No, but what I do, I allow persons to speak their mind. And at the same time, I try to look at things objectively and ask them, if you were to do it this way. Because today, I can tell you, I have been a success as a result of an environment created an atmosphere. I could drive faster to work sites. You understand? Now, people can say, oh God, it's the PPP friend, the PPP LP. But they forget to acknowledge that as a result of this new highway from Eccles, from the roundabout at Mandela to Eccles, I could be able to drive to work in peace at a fast rate and save a lot of time. A time that used to frustrate me before. You understand? They do not see that as success. Right? So, when I am listening to a story being told by a person, I have inherited biases. When under the PNC, I used to publish people's stories and course out the PNC because I could not have got on to anybody to ask them for help. Now, if somebody tell me a road light is bad or a road is bad, I could call a minister in government, I could call an engineer, raise the problem with them, and be told of a time. Recently, at Blemont, on Borbies, somebody called, they said a yard is being blocked up. I was able to call persons attached to the head of NDIA, raise the concerns with them. I received a call the next day and was told that the matter is being looked at by a senior engineer. So when one looks, they see a different modus operandi in the Guyanese Critic. But nobody comes and complains and says Guyanese Critic doesn't help us anymore. What happens is Guyanese Critic don't be cussing. I still post up the video with the shooting at Essequibo. Some people post up one video alone. I did an article showing both sides. You understand?
Yes.
So one has to look at that when you're going to speak about Bharat Jagdeo. You understand? In negative terms, I am reserved because I have an intimate understanding of Bharat Jagdeo. I understand Bharat Jagdeo. I stand there when Bharat Jagdeo speak to people and he asks them, what are you doing? You understand? How are you doing? How is your business going? I sit there when Bharat Jagdeo and Irfan Ali have discussions about development. I can't get to talk to the opposition leader. All I know is that the opposition leader is cussing. The one time the opposition leader visited my studio for an interview, while I was speaking, his back was turned to me. How do you express your understanding, the development of your understanding? You understand? I might be looking at what Bharat Jagdeo does and don't agree with everything. And I say that clearly when I don't agree. But I have inherited biases because now you have an intimate understanding of the inner workings of an organization. I sat there, I campaigned for the PNC, and then I got nothing for it. Nobody called back and thanked me. Nobody asked me if I was okay. Nobody asked me if everything was all right with me. I never heard back from Harman. I never heard back from Granger. I never heard back from Mr. Rupnarayan. You understand? You have to look for these people. They gone on to the success. You never hear from them. You have I continually see a president. I see ministers. Some of them you don't get onto. You can't get onto some ministers via phone. Minister of Health you don't get onto. That is a matter of fact. But some you do get onto them. You understand? The Minister of Health you can't get onto he for God. I don't know what reason you can't get onto, or maybe specifically he doesn't want to answer me, and then I have to accept that fact. Because when I call with issues, and I am not by nature a person with much suave. I don't have what you say, a nice demeanor in me or about me in terms of how I speak to people. I'm very direct. You understand? Some people think because they're a doctor, they're a lawyer or something, they expect you know, to be spoken. So no, I don't have no time. When people call me and tell me about problem, why you have to say, oh sir, can you know that you said as your work partner? You been and do campaigning and said as your work. This is what you do. This is how you do them. Me call you for ask you for what happened to the people them think cause they can't get on to you. You understand? There are other persons as such. But me reporting, I have been on several occasions to outreaches with Barra Jagdeo. I have listened to the opposition leader. You can't go to a black man that reveres the opposition leader and say, Bana the man, what the man do for me, Bano? Hey, Harmon did this thing for me. I have never met a black person other than party affiliated people that are directly, it is beneficial to them to represent a side. I have never met a person that revere anyone in the PNC that would say, man here, the man help me. You have to meet black people that Jagdeo has touched. You understand? And then you will see. I give you case and point personal experience. I have an associate that I deal with. Sat at the table a day with Jagdeo. I left and gone. A black man. I left and gone. These are experiences that I have. That is why I am the way that I am. I left and gone. And come back to hear Jagdeo grilling he as to what he's doing, how he planned for developing himself, what help he needs, and all these things. What interest is that of Jagdeo to see help for a black man? You understand? Because that is the quality of the man. That is how he carries himself. These are experiences that I have had personally. So imagine when I'm there. You understand? Now I am tasked with reporting objectively what I do, and what holds me now accountable is because I do everything in lifetime. So you see my action, you see Jagdeo's action. You understand? You see whether I'm an asshole or whether he is. That is what it's about. Because nobody can say Nazima Ragobert is directly related to somebody who played an integral role in the rigging of elections. Worked at the election commission, directly related to. How can she say she doesn't have inherent biases? You understand? Just gone and pull off a stunt. A rig of election did not show. The executive did not show. They had a girl from Kaichor that do Indian music, right? And Kaichor, she is a journalist. She qualified as a journalist to become a media in the media. She did Kaichor 3 years. They got a producer at Kaichor. Abana was there at the back of the scenes. Has he ever written a story? Does he cover the news on a daily basis? A producer? A man? A DJ? Is now a journalist? Those two people voted on behalf of Nazima Ragobert. You understand? So one has to ask one, like me, in the expression of bias, you will see it because it's live and direct. And you know can hold me accountable. And you know could put something in the comments and say what you're seeing. Muhammad Irfan Ali. You understand? A man. If I message the president, message me, I send in the president messages, all kind of things. right? All kind of thing. I messaging the president. This problem, this people got this problem, this and that. No answer. The president does not answer. Now remember, everybody's sending WhatsApp messages, right? The president don't answer. He's sending all the messages. I'm seeing them being read. He doesn't answer. That is fear. If I message the president and say there's a brewing issue that needs your urgent address, within 5 minutes of that message, the president calls, asks other journalists. The president calls everybody. I've never met anybody who has not expressed the ability to have a hearing by the president of the Cooperative Republic of Guyana. Can we say that for David Arthur Granger? Can we have said that? No. I went to cover a story at GCOM, and the president called the PR girl aside and asked her, what is he doing here? Keep him far away from me. Like if he was expressing scorn. That is the reality of our society. You understand? I am telling you, the president of the day, if you were to have his number, do you know he still has the same number that he has when he was a minister, that he's had for all the years? He has not changed that number. If you have his number and you message him, he will read your message. And if you tell him that there is an issue of dire concern that needs your addressing, and when I say that because it is an issue maybe with a government member, maybe with a minister, maybe issue that goes over the head of certain people and obviously needs the addressing of the president. Within 5 minutes, once you have his number, he will respond to you. This has happened on several occasions because I send the president, ministers of government, and everybody things on a daily basis, the issues, this draining clean, this road, this person issue, what this person is saying, how these things can be addressed. I could not have sent that to the last administration. I had to do it in a live. I had to do a cost down. You understand? I had to be deliberate with them. You understand? So you have the changing of dynamics. And I can't go out there. I can't go out there and safely cuss out the president. And knowingly that if I were to call him and ask him to address the concerns of certain citizens or issues in certain fields, and it is within his power, he will address it. So, it is seen that I act differently now than I used to be acting when PNC was in power. But I am treated differently. The environment has changed. It is not my actions. I am responding to a changing environment. Jagdeo and the drive, do you know? Jagdeo is fiercely loved by the PPP, by members of the PPP and the party. That is why he is the general secretary. But Jagdeo is hated by a few. You hear? Terribly hated by a few of the old PPP stalwarts. You know why? Under Jagdeo's presidency and tenure, there has been the allowance of more blacks into the PPP party than ever before. You hear what I'm telling you? That is the problem, and people don't know. The PNC knows. The PNC knows. That is why they try to make out like Jagdeo ain't like black people. Jagdeo got problem. No. If you meet a black man that Jagdeo has touched, you understand? When I introduce certain people to Jagdeo and he starts asking questions, And this is about people's personal development, everybody. So what are you doing? Right away. Whether it's an investor, whether it's an ordinary man, right away. I have had these experiences. So I look at that and know when Norton is saying something, when somebody is saying, I know what I'm... Let us say it is. Let us say Jagdio is playing a game. Right? Well, what game? Let us say Jagdio is playing a game. And he's played that game well. And now he has a number of black people overwhelmingly on his side. Can you tell me what game did Norton play? What game did Granger play? What game did Harmon play? What game has black leaders play? If it is genuine love they have, why couldn't they have gotten people on their side? Why aren't there more Indians crossing? Because it's no game. The only game PNC leaders play is the race game. That is the only game they play. Let us say Jagdio plays care. They are people who feel care, who feel cared for. So he would have impacted on their lives. Right? Now show me there are many blacks in the PPP who could consider themselves there because of Jagdio. So Jagdio played his game that he liked black people. And he get black people on his side. And those black people could show that they are successful as this game, as a result of this game that them and Jagdio play. Many communities could say, this game it play well, and they're happy. It's a game. Now, I'm asking myself, can the PNC leadership show the black people who has felt their true love? You understand? Let people like Mark Benchcap show as a black activist and leader. Let him show the people that he's shown love to, the people that he's fought for, that have developed themselves. I know D sure he caused the death of some black people by God riling them up and carrying them for running the office of the president and getting shot and killed. You understand? I know D sure though. I know black leaders in Linden care people and make them get killed by the bridge. You understand? If anything black leaders could say the cause is the death of black people, right? Let them show out of this resounding love. They ain't playing a game. They're genuinely loving black people. Let them show those people they've developed, those people they've brought up. You understand? Let black people come out and say, look, I love. You have to see when Irfan Ali goes out there, the love, the genuine love. Let us say it is a game that they're playing. Go across the black communities, go to Linden. The black leadership of the PNC is saying that the PPP and Irfan Ali and Jagdio are playing a game. They're playing a game. Okay. Please, now the game is giving Lindeners things, giving people in Mocha things, giving house lot to people in Tiger Bay and developing them, giving Linden the things that they were promised and never get, giving Linden house lot, giving black people house lot, giving black people things. It is a game that the PPP is playing. I accept that. I am saying now, let us look at PNC and black leadership and see what black people can attribute to the love that they receive from them. The love of Granger gave them what? The love of Granger, what they have to show today for the love of Granger. Please help us. I am saying black leadership is genuine and they genuinely love black people in this country. Right? I am willing to accept that. All I'm asking is for evidence of what the love of black leadership, what black leadership love for black people has given them. That is all I'm asking. That is all I'm asking. The transformation of Georgetown, the PNC has been running Georgetown from the beginning of time. Come, Pile. Come, Pile, come. How are you doing? You alright?
Yeah.
Listen to me. And I only tell you this one time. Being a part of our organization, I like you. And we got a long way to go.
Yeah,
We are going to take care of you once you continue in this path. But I don't know if you know what I do. You know I do a program.
yeah.
You know what I'm a public figure.
Yeah.
As a result of that, I speak out against domestic violence and all these other things. The thing what happened the other day cannot happen again. If you're having a problem and as a man you don't know how to deal with it, that is the one time you could call me.
Yeah.
When it comes to this work site, you're having problems, you talk to the engineer, you talk to Winston or somebody. But when you're having problems at home, I was a divorcee. Me and my mother in there. We divorced 7 years now. I've had a lot of problems with relationships and them things. I could be considered to be an expert in that. If you having a problem you don't know how to deal with, let's sit down and talk about it. Men don't normally talk about the problems, but you can find when you need advice, you don't get worked up and heat up. You come to me. You call me anytime and say, Baz, this is the problem I'm having, and I will tell you right away how to deal with it. We can't have men and women having problem, no way, shape, or form. Yeah. I don't care. First thing with men around me, I don't ask what they do.
Yeah.
We don't hit, we don't abuse, you understand? That is a taboo around here. This is the rule. And I know a woman can anger a man. You understand?
Yeah.
But I'm saying, if you know what's going on, you come to me, I got the experience, I got advice and tell you what to do, right?
Yeah.
Keep that in mind.
Yeah,
don't let that happen again. Go on it, yes. Yes. So,
Yeah.
now, I'm saying, right? So we all got this bias. But if anybody could say, here, scrutinize me, transparency, accountability, it's the Guyanese Critic. Because I live and direct in what I do.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying, but what I'm saying, biasness is right, yes. But you
No. You can't be biased. You can't be biased and be a journalist. I am saying you can't be biased, outright biased. I am saying they are inherent biases. You can't unknow what you know. You understand? I am telling you, Nazima Ragubir has a direct connection to an individual, direct relations with an individual who played an integral role in the rigging of the March 2nd elections. How can she not? You understand? You never talk about it. You never say. I don't expect she and the person relationship to broke up because of the person action. You understand? But she know these things happen. She know these things going on. When I am looking at the government, you gotta remember, in my capacity as a journalist now, I'm looking at the government. But I personally know the president. I personally know of what he does behind the scenes, in addition to what I see him do in front. You understand? I personally know Bharat Jagdeo. So if he comes up with something wrong, I gotta report that he comes up with something wrong. You understand? But I can't go digging for nothing. There's nothing to dig for. What you know, I know. So when we talk about bias, all of us have. Nobody can say there is without. People have been treated favorably when the PNC was in government. Right? People have been treated with the press association. They have a bias, not against people who have don't reach the requirements for as a journalist, and they can't decide that. The court has said that. They're not in the authority to decide. What they frighten, when a man like me becomes a member and has weight in your inner workings, remember me got an operational level of transparency second to none. Everything me always live with. You understand? Now yesterday, you imagine videos come out of a big argument in the press association. All these high-looted people who know and well-trained and all them things, them journalists, they had it out. Because they have certain things you can't talk easy about. They have certain things that could only be addressed in certain fashion. You understand? We talk, bro.
Yeah, bro, take care. Yeah, bye. Bye.
So we all have in here, you imagine, you see you father beating you mother. So here I'm telling you. Let me put it to your mind, and all of this has to do with success. You father beat you mother. You are 16 years of age. Your father never beat you. You see your mother. This is your mother. Your mother give birth to you. Your mother love you. Give your bobby for suck. Grow you up, cook for you every day. Your father never hit you. Your father never hit you. And then your father hit your mother. You see your mother and your father arguing. And there you see a man come out your mother car. 2 months after you, your mother and your father arguing, and your father hit your mother. Your father hit you 16 years of age. You got enough sense to know that what your father did was wrong. You gotta make a decision. Your father never hit you. That is the question you gotta ask yourself. And I am saying, if the PNC is suggesting that Jagdio is playing a game, if the PNC is suggesting Jagdio is playing a game, Bokman, what's the situation with the operator for the back down? Don't go in there? One to the man always go with you. So who watched man the thing last night?
Nobody even really.
The other
The next the man that
movie speak?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, alright.
So Cram said tell Shirley she come to them who got no man who do it. And take one of them and carry.
So some of them went to me for the weekend.
Yeah. But they may come again.
Pile is the best bad because you ain't got not much to do. So locate them.
Yeah, he said tell check how much of them.
Yeah. So think about it that way. Now I am saying, if Irfan Ali and Barra Jagdi are playing a game with black people, as a result of this game what they playing, like the same game where men that's play with women, they're giving them this and they're forgetting, and the same game where woman that's play with man, that's getting the coachee forgetting, Jagdio and Irfan Ali playing with black people. So black people getting in Linden. Across the country, black people getting jobs. All as a result of a game that is being played. Granger, Harmon, and all the rest of black leaders genuinely love black people. Please show the world what black people get as a result of y'all genuine love. Y'all are honestly for black people. Please show, other than the Durban Park cow pens, that 2 black people died there, by the way, right? A man, big man, jagging, so he get murdered right there. 2 black people dead right there. Other, you show what your love has given black people compared to what Jagdio and Irfan Ali tricks give black people. That's all I ask him. Linden. The thing where I said 5 years, yeah, I could do it. It done. No. Linden get 1,000 house lot on top of that. 1,000 homes. Right? There's a trick. There's the Irfan Ali Jagdeo trick. So they trick them with real things, and y'all love them with nothing. That's all I asking. Just do a comparison for 5 years. And at Ferguson, running out people the idea from sheet turf. The sheet turf. Now just show the black people that benefit in 5 years as that being your turf. A street offense, anything. Anything. Just show anything, one thing. Show something that Granger has given black people other than a big brick dick. A big brick dick in Madio. Y'all help me. I am saying, I accepting what y'all say. We are comparing the love of black leadership in the PNC to Irfan Ali and Jagdeo trickery of black people. We're comparing. Love of black people in the PNC leadership and Jagdeo and Irfan Ali trickery. They trick black people and send Charles Ramsden for do up the Buxton Community Center ground. This is the only thing them black people have seen in 5 years. The only thing. They ain't get nothing else. They get a road going through Buxton Main Road with concrete drains that the PPP, they don't have in plan. Just measure the love to tricks. Linden, measure the love and the tricks. Bartica, measure the love and the tricks. All the communities, black communities across this country. Part-time jobs. They take back from every, don't worry, all the mothers, we talking about black people. They take back from every black mother. Put she in the SARS, take back the money which they get to go to school. Irfan Ali and Jagdeo trick them back with the money. $40,000 now. Irfan Ali and Jagdeo trick black people back with the money. 40,000 trick. Can the black leadership express their love? Irfan Ali and Jagdeo send Priya Manichan for give them back their money. Give them food. What you believe love? Granger love was to take buses gifted to him, put his name on it. Bus, boat, and bicycle. To move couple people. Hello, good morning. Oh yes, free tickets for Bujaba. The love of black leadership gave black people free tickets to Bujabantan. Free tickets, you get that? That the man is right. Free tickets to the Bujabantan show. That was the love. Simple. Measure love and trickery. Now y'all got to wake up and be realistic. How much are y'all loving y'all, man? Forget what you want. Genuinely loving you, man. And how much man you could love at one time. Hello, good morning.
Good morning. You off your live already?
No.
Oh. Hello, good morning. Yeah, happy Mother's Day to all your viewers. I was a little late calling. Happy Mother's Day to your mom as well.
All right, Michael, talk to me.
I have a song here I want to sing for Mother's Day.
Please do.
Yeah. It's called Kitni Achi Hai. Means you are so loved, you are so sweet.
You anything organized?
Mother.
Them saying 3 man and diamond. But nobody in there together.
Kitni Achi Hai.
I'm coming. What's this? Oh, this man is the operator. Oh, the operator, alright. Huh? Yeah.
Oh, ma. 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 Oh अच्छी है तो कितनी भोली है प्यारी प्यारी है ओ माँ ओ माँ ओ माँ ओ माँ कि ये जो दुनिया है ये बन है कंटों का तू पुलवारी है ओ माँ ओ माँ ओ माँ ओ माँ dun 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 देखने लगी है माँ तेरी अंकियाँ देखने लगी है माँ तेरी अंकियाँ मेरे लिए जगी है तू सारी सारी रातियाँ मेरी निंदिया पे अपनी निंदिया पे तूने वारी है ओ माँ ओ माँ ओ माँ ओ माँ माँ बच्चों की जान होती है माँ बच्चों की जान होती है वो होते हैं किस्मत वाले जिनके माँ होते हैं कितनी सुंदर है कितनी शीतल है न्यारी न्यारी है ओ माँ ओ माँ ओ माँ ओ माँ तू कितनी अच्छी है तू कितनी भोली है प्यारी प्यारी है ओ माँ ओ माँ ओ माँ
Can,
ओ माँ
Michael, can you give us one of the choruses in English? Just read it out for me, what it means, so people can have an understanding. You got that, or you know?
Oh, I have that here. माँ बच्चों की जान होती है means for the kids the mother is part of their life. वो होते हैं किस्मत वाले जिनके माँ होते हैं means those who have mothers are lucky. कितनी सुंदर है कितनी शीतल है means how beautiful you are, how cool you are. न्यारी न्यारी है means you are unique, oh mother. Oh mother, you are unique.
Okay. Thanks, Michael.
You're welcome and have a good day.
Same to you,
And
brother.
stay blessed.
So, talking about that, on that point, you know, yesterday I planned the day of going down by the Press Association election and it's live. And then I'm being bombarded by this mother, that mother, everybody posts up. So I said, let me go and check out my old lady. So I began to check she out. She gave me a photograph. She gave me a tablecloth. This is it. That's a tablecloth. There's a picture of a tablecloth. It's about 4 feet long. She said, this thing for cover your fruits. It's a collector's item. So it is of the national anthem. I went to check it real long time cotton. Right? It's the national anthem and the coat of arms printed on a tablecloth. So when she gave me this, I said, man, I think in my mind, well, mommy trying to tell me that I look so old that I deserve these old things now. She passing it on to me. You understand? I say before me, this lady around, because I buy me paper, going over sit down for Gava. You know me, she has a problem. So I go over sit down and spend a little time with she and thing. And she telling me, but this is a collector's item, how old it is. So I had to sit down and remember where I get me sarcastic streak from. You understand? So calculating is wits of two we know. Yes, sir. Sarcasm moment, sarcasm son. Sarcasm moment, sarcasm son. That's it now. So I calculate. Where's this lady program? Next thing, I can't make a business. I have to take a picture. I post on the story. I go and check up on the page. The lady gave me a thing, a paper, with like a poem and some joke, and it marked, "My name is Cocaine." So I say in my mind, this lady want we get wrong Mother's Day. It's wrong we get wrong it. I press down the thing. I try to avoid the problem with this lady, you know. You understand what I'm telling you? My name is... First thing she gave me a thing and tell me this collector's item is 50-something years old and take it. Me answer she, you know, I asked me, is what she trying to say. She go around the table here, she, you need some shavers? I have some proper shavers, eh? I read in my paper, I take down my glasses, I watch it, and I say, no, I have a lot home. Right? Let me read the poem for you. Me read the poem, Anthony. Me read the poem. Anthony, no. Here she got good laugh inside and so read the poem. Just after giving me the clat for 50-something-year-old clat. Telling me read the poem name, my name is Cocaine. I says, what's the lady trying to tell me? Meanlessly don't talk X. Steady. You understand? But what she trying, what message she trying to give me? She go around, she come around. She asks if I want. She's searching between some things. She got something packed up on the table. You want some shavers? Watch me now. Watch. I still got the papers there, me. I was reading the Stabrook or something at the time. So I read my papers, so. She there in front of me, so. So when she's asking, I do so. No, mommy. See. Gone back reading my paper. She go around, she come around. Let me read this thing. For yeah. I can't make up this thing. Beware, my friend. My name is Cocaine. Coke for short. Or the Rock. I entered this country without a passport. Ever since then, I've been hunted and sought. Well, just sought. I'm more valued than diamond, more treasured than gold. Use me just once and you too will be sold. I'll make a schoolboy forget his books. I'll make a beautiful queen neglect her looks. I'll take renowned speaker and make him a bore. I take your mama and make her a whore. I make a school teacher forget how to teach. I make a preacher not want to preach. All kinds of people have fallen under my wing. Just look around, you can see the results of my sting. I've got daughters turning on their mothers. I've got sisters robbing their brothers. I've got burglars robbing the Lord's house. I got husbands pimping their spouse. I'm the king of crime and peace of destruction. I cause the organs of your body to malfunction. I cause your babies to be born hooked. I turn the most honest men into crooks. I make you rob, steal, and kill. When you're under my power, you have no will. I'll destroy actors, politicians, sport heroes. Yeah, I gotta see it, man. But watch how the thing right? Some of the words didn't come out properly. I'm trying to figure out this with him. That is the key. I decreased bank accounts from millions to zero. I'm a bad habit. Too tough for the man. I caused the law to invent the battering ram. Well, now you know. What will you do? Remember, my friend, it's all up to you. If you decide to jump in a saddle, you better ride me well. For on the white horse of cocaine, I ride you straight to hell. No, this is me mother say. I got this. Read this. How you mother this thing? No, I ain't read the thing. She go around, come around, she find the next document. I can't make up these things. American Foundation for Courtesy. Basic rules of courtesy and good habits for children. My mother must be thinking, oh God, it turned out because I didn't teach you these things, and it's not too late. So since he come today, we got some time. I kid you not. Why else would my mother? No. I'm 43 years of age. I go for see me mother for Mother's Day. And she present me with two documents. One mark, my name is Cocaine. And the other mark, basic rules of courtesy and good behavior for children. Me mother must be thinking, well, why is here but you why? We gotta start back from fresh with you. I can't make up these things. Let me see if I can read this now. Speak clearly enough to be heard, but not loudly. Excessively loud speech is unappealing in both boys and girls. Carry yourself with dignity when on the streets. Do not loiter or hang around places of business. If you're making a purchase, do so and leave. These are things my mother would have taught me, by the way. Do not use profanity or scunt. It is a sign of small vocabulary and a very small mind. What the fuck? Offer a greeting. I can't make up these things. Yeah, go to the page and read it. Huh. Huh? Why mommy didn't give me this thing for read earlier? This would have served me up. This would have saved Guyanese so much. Oh shit, I'm 15 minutes late for my 8 o'clock meeting. Here, yeah, take care. Peace out.